Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Su.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about, is it a good time to start a marketing agency? Neil, I think this is really relevant to your end, so what do you think?
I think it is. As Eric knows, I just started an agency. I've been wishy-washy about this for a long time, right? How long has it been since I've talked
over a year or two?
Yeah. And with me, the reason I really started an agency is I just get way too many leads. Like, I think I probably get more leads than almost everyone else in the space. Would you agree with that?
I don't know how many leads other people get.
Yeah, I don't think too many people. Like, we can average thousands and thousands of leads, like, a month. On our end, I think the real number is we can average around 300 to 500 leads, depending on the month, of people who have a budget of, 5 to 6 figures, well into the 5 figures, if not 6 figures per year, which is a lot of companies with a decent amount of budget. But it's not even that, right? Like, I'm in a different position that most people will be in when it comes to starting an agency. It really is a great time because if you think about advertising, TV is amazing, magazines, radio, a lot of that stuff still works even though people don't realize it. The reason it's a great time to create an agency is online marketing is trackable. There's continually more and more channels like the Snapchats, the Pinterest, etc., SEO. It's becoming a bigger and bigger space. More dollars are moving towards the web. Look at companies like Facebook, Google. Their market caps are so high. Why? Because there's so much budget going into the web. And if you are a digital agency, you can get a slice of that. The real question isn't if it's a good time to start an agency. The real question is, are you good enough to start an agency? Because I think it'll always be a good time. It just matters if you can provide results. Because if you can, people will pay you. If you can't, then you're not going to last long at all.
Yeah, and I think if you work hard enough, if you work hard to learn the stuff, learn how to run a company, learn to actually be good at marketing, I think there's room for everyone in the space. I used to think maybe people were actually, when I used to be at an agency in the past, I used to think there's competitors out there, they're gonna eat our lunch, whatever. But now the way I look at it is, there's so much abundance, there's so much business out there that you don't need to be out there trying to kill everyone. And as a matter of fact, both Neil and I, we refer leads out to other agencies because, we only focus on working with, who's a fit for us, right? We're not going to try to be everything to everybody. And I think when you try to be, a quote unquote, a full service agency when you're first starting out and you're trying to work with all different kinds of clients, that's when you set yourself up for failure because, the same thing with business, right? You want to focus in on a certain area first, get that locked down, and then you can think about, adding on other things, other side dishes to your steak, for example. So I think there's a lot of room. And, like Neil mentioned, market caps for Facebooks, Googles of the world, huge, right? I think ad spend is going to grow by 18%, next year. That's what's projected. So, as long as these platforms are out there, they have your attention, the Snapchats of the world, the Instagrams of the world, there is room for everyone. I meet people all the time. It's like, this guy's doing influencer marketing. This person's just focusing on YouTube. This person just started a video agency. I think there's a lot of room, and now is a great time, better than ever, at least from my perspective.
Yeah, the specialists tend to do the best. Like even Eric and I, we pay other agencies to help us with some of our own personal work or our work for some of our businesses, in which like we may pay someone who just only specializes in YouTube advertising to do our YouTube ads. Or we may pay someone who only does Facebook ads to just do our Facebook stuff, so that way we don't have to worry about it internally due to time constraints, right? And the thing when you're starting off, you're going to be competing with the big guys. Their weaknesses against them. For example, these big guys may be making a lot of money, but they all have weaknesses. What is their weakness? They're not personable. You're not working with the founders. You're probably working with a low-level employee, who they found from Craigslist. Use that against them, right? Like when I used to pitch against iProspect, I would find their Craigslist posting for jobs and being like, look, you can work with iProspect, and here's the type of person you're going to be working with. And I showed them a job listing of like someone on iProspect saying, hey, we're looking for a new marketing associate. You're going to be working with brands like Coca-Cola, etc. And I'm like, hey, if these are the type of people they put on Coca-Cola, why do you think they would put better people on your campaign? With us, we're not as big as them, but you got to work with me, right? The founder. I'm going to ensure that you do well. I'm going to be there. When you pick up the phone and call, it's going to be me answering. You're not going to get some marketing associate who's learning how to do marketing on your account. And that's what makes us unique. So every company has a weakness. Use it against them when you're pitching against them.
Totally. That helps a lot when people actually get to talk with me directly. And I'll say, in terms of the being personable, I think in a past episode I've alluded to, not hiding behind your computer all the time, but actually going out there, establishing relationships and trying to figure out, even if you don't have a service, maybe other agencies that can help in other areas, and just continue to figure out how you can add value and think of yourself as a marketing partner. I'll say next week I'm flying up to San Francisco, and there's a lot of client meetings up there. And a lot of these are revenue kind of meetings that will, these are kind of, we're figuring out how to grow the relationship. So being able to connect with people in person is going to help you. But we can go down, how to run a marketing agency in perhaps another episode. But Neil, anything else to add before we hop off?
Yeah, also think about partnerships. When you're starting off an agency, you can get a lot of your business from other people who are bigger. As Eric mentioned, he refers leads out. I've done the same thing too. It's all about just networking with other companies in your space, not just agencies that could be referring out to you. But let's say there's a web design shop and they specialize in building websites. Well, why not partner with them, and they can promote your marketing services every time they build a website?
So I think what I would also recommend too, Neil has a course called the AMP. That's the Advanced Marketing Program. You can check it out. Just go to neilpatel.com. I think you still have it up there, right?
Yeah, it's going to come down soon. But yeah, it's up there for now.
Go get it while you still can. But anyway, that's it for today, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.